Hello and welcome back to another Foxhole Regiment review. For those of you new to the channel, I showcase one regiment each month and provide you with a glimpse into what it would be like joining their ranks. In this regiment review, we'll be taking a look at the granddaddy of colonial regiments. Let's dive into this review for the Colonial Regiment, COG. In War 86, the Colonial Old Guard, also known as COG, was formed after a mass exodus of officers from the Cal Regiment. At the time, this was due to inactivity from their server owner. The regiment is filled with knowledgeable players, with the main goal each war to establish themselves on a part of the map and prevent wardens from advancing. This usually leads to large, well-built defensive structures, artillery operations, and armor assaults to weaken and push out encroaching warden forces. Their leader, Blackfire, has encouraged a leadership within the regiment called High Command, where officers play to their strengths and teach members the many ways to build bases, facilities, or fight on the front line. Members of COG are encouraged to climb the ranks and eventually sit at the table of High Command. And this typically happens whenever the previous High Command either burns out or they want to pass the reins off to newer members of the regiment. If you're a new player eager to learn the ways of base building within a structured and organized group, then COG may just be the regiment for you. All right, Bonk. Thanks for doing the interview, man. I appreciate you. What got you into playing Foxhole?
So I saw a video uploaded by a squad YouTuber on Foxhole, and I got really interested, so I bought it. But his faction was at capacity, so I had to go play Colonial, you know. And I've been stuck here for, I don't know, since 2019.
Since October 2023, so it's 2 years.
Since like end of February.
This year?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I started in 2021, I think it was War 91, and I've been on and off since then.
I don't know, probably 2022, around that time. I think I joined like whenever Moy Dog was like doing all his streams and stuff. So I think that was like 78, War 78 or something.
What do you think about Moy Dog?
Oh, that guy? I had just joined when he was like playing, and there's like some kind of history between us and him. Back when we were like Cal, K-A-L. And that guy, there's like a bunch of videos, I'm sure you could look it up, but that guy he would get so, like, we would hear him in game, like, yelling at us. He would get so, like, frustrated, just getting artillery, like, every day.
A long ass time, like 6 years, 7 years. I remember when the battle tank used to be an armored thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that long.
Around 2023, I believe. Joined COG in like War 115.
I want to say somewhere around War 90.
To be honest, I probably went with the COG for about 3-4 wars.
About 1.5, 2 years now.
Cool. Well, what got you interested in the regiment? How'd you find COG?
I got invited by accident or something in home region, I think.
Do you feel like you've been welcomed in, even though it was a total accident, a total fluke?
Yeah, I mean, I was new to the game and needed a regiment, and I thought, like, yeah, why not? I'll give it a shot. And then since then, I kind of ranked up and made my way to officer.
But to be honest, I just saw them out doing stuff, and they were doing RT and tanks and stuff, and I was just hanging out with them, and then all of a sudden I joined up.
So at first, when I first joined Able Shard, because I think back when I started, there were still 2 shards. I had joined just like a small regiment of 1 or 2 people, and then I just doing solo things because they weren't really on. And then I just kind of linked up with a couple guys who from the regiment, picked up a few things, and then decided just to join up, since the regiment I was currently in at the time was kind of dead.
I actually didn't find COG. A friend of mine, Gamer, who's now an officer, got me into this regiment. Before that I was part of Titan. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, Trounsy's regiment.
Yeah, Gamer got me to join in War 115, and we did a lot of artillery.
I think someone that I was on the front line one day, right at the beginning. Someone said, get in a tank. I got in a tank. And at the end of it, after we blew up, he said, hey, you should join COG. And that's what I did.
Honestly, when I joined, I was really into like the artillery side of things, from playing games like Hell Let Loose and stuff like that. And I looked up a video and it was like, look for a Reggie. So that's what I did. And the first Reggie I reached out to was COG. Or I just kind of put it out there. COG was the first one to respond, and yeah.
There was one war where the Water Navy was slamming us, and I got very upset because our Navy was sitting in the back line. So I was gonna go rob a destroyer and get a bunch of dudes. This is when I was fairly new. Bunch of dudes to get on the DD and do something, and then a COG member, Spectrum, spotted me, and he's like, "Hey, help me load mines up. We're taking the DD out." And I was just like, oh, all right. And then I met one of the high commanders was there, and he's like, hey, you want to join? I'm like, hey, I'm retarded. He's like, that's all right, we all are. And boom, that's it.
Like many people get recruited when they just do something, like they help in a tank. So COG has a vassal regiment, basically a sister regiment. That's called Dong. And I got joined into that. After a while, Dong got inactive, and I started getting bored. And then I saw that COG wasn't in, such a great shape. So I decided I'll go play with them and try to, get more active and get something good going. And that's how I got involved into COG.
Beautiful. And what's been your most memorable experience you've had with the regiment?
I guess I forget what war it was. We had 3 or 4 storm cannons in Whaling, in the Clastra, and the Wardens had 4 as well. And we wanted to see who could win the Storm Cannon War. We eventually did because we showed them and destroyed 3 of their guns. But after that, we're like, hey, one's still up. So like 20 dudes hopped in buggies, made the bridge in Bewailing, rushed over there to try to destroy the Storm Cannon. But someone accidentally shot the Havoc charge when we got to the conch and killed everyone. So that was hilarious. I thought about that for days.
I think our Thunderfoot War that we had, it was like 2 wars ago. That was a lot of fun. I was kind of in and out of that war though because I had a birth of a child, but it was really cool to come together as a unit, and we were like pushing out tanks. We built a bunch of super heavies. Like we had goals, and we just like kind of autistically set out and like did them. It was crazy. Like
nice.
Overperformed.
So I do quite a fair bit of logi. The part that I do the most of, and it's just the performance of. I think that's true of all logi. It's just the performance of, you get stuff, you make other stuff, you take it to the front, and then it blows up, and that whole chain really feels good.
Memorable, I would say, are what we called our 8-hour edging session.
Oh my god, bro.
Okay.
It was basically 8 hours of us just kind of doing a bunch of operations back to back to back, where most of it was, let's say, 5 or 6 tanks plus 1 Silverhand we stole, just driving through Warden backlines, PvEing and flanking every tank column we found. Surprisingly, not many losses, until we then tried to breach a gate and then drove straight into concrete walls because no one could follow directions at that point.
It has to be 2 wars ago, the super heavy op in Thunderfoot. I led a tank facility back then, and like we produced a shit ton of battle tanks, BTDs, and super heavy, and we had a massive op. It was probably the most interesting experience I had.
After Cal got disbanded, me and some other friends, we decided to make COG, and we went from there. We made COG.
Fuck yeah.
But most of them disappeared right now, and I don't play much either. I just hop on sometimes to get with the boys to see what's the war, how's the war going.
As you guys were growing, like, how did you stay organized? Was it through Discord? How did you get people involved and like know what the fuck is going on day by day?
Mostly it's more about Discord communication. Is beginning it was a bunch, like we were like 20 friends making this regiment, and it was like easy to communicate. Once people start disappearing, we start giving like high commands, basically when the high command steps down, it gives his position to someone else. That's how I gave mine to someone else. That someone else gave his to someone else. And now it went back to Bonk and a guy named Bing Bong. Bing Bong used to be one of the old guys. He just came back and took high command. Now they're gonna leave the end of this war, and they're gonna give it to someone else, someone new to run the regiment. It's basically is passed by, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like when people leave, they just give high command and they get a new leadership.
Which is kind of unique. I feel like, in recent happenings, when a leader ends up leaving, he usually just ends up nuking the Discord and nuking the regiment entirely. RIPH ward, dude. I mean, fuck.
Same with Cat, brother.
Yeah.
He left, he nuked, and we made COG. And,
Fuck.
But yeah, I do feel it's a unique way of not someone holding leadership more than like 5 wards, because people get burned out, they just pass it by. And I do believe Tobacco over there is going to be the next hacker man.
Oh shit.
The next generation.
When you joined the regiment, did you learn anything new? And if you did, like, what did the guys teach you, or did you already kind of come in with a good background of Foxhole knowledge?
I came in with a fairly bit of knowledge. The only thing I didn't know was ships. Our ship guy taught me a lot about it, like how to wrench the ship forward, right back, something like that, or shooting the main guns on it.
I'm a mega autist, so I oftentimes I teach myself things, but the most of the game I was taught by Dong, so I went into COG with prior knowledge to the game. We had a few good builders, so they taught me how to build, but that's, with the new update, building has changed. So then I started getting into facilities and logistics, and I taught myself that, and now I can do basically anything.
Bro, I had no idea what I was doing. I was like run out in the field dying like crazy. No, they taught me a lot. I kind of took the approach of like, I wanted to learn just one thing at a time. So I was like, all right, first I'm going to learn like the logi side of it. I kind of learned a little bit of the building side of it. Didn't vibe with it too much. The next war, like I said, I want to learn FAC. So I did a lot of FAC stuff. And then this last couple wars, I've been really trying to get in on the just understanding the infantry side better.
No, I joined very green. I think I had something like 5 hours. So they taught me basically everything.
No, I was probably like a sergeant. They taught me everything, obviously.
When I joined, there wasn't really anything they could teach me in terms of facility. Like, I'm mainly doing facility in this regiment, and there was no facility for COG. So Gamer and I kind of started that from scratch. And yeah, as of right now, we have shared facility with Shred to the west of here, and it's going good. It's going great.
I would say that I was very new to the game. Like, I understood Logi, but I didn't understand building, which building is my main thing right now. I'm not much of a frontline person. I kind of stick to building because building is what I enjoy.
I was fresh off the boat. I had no idea what I was doing about any.
I mean, I knew some basics about facility and tanking, but like logi aspects and just like the cooperation with other regiments or like doing operations and stuff, that was new, and since then that really helped me, to be honest. Yeah.
You said you mainly do logi, so I'm assuming that's like your main focus in the regiment too, right?
It's nice to chill out and relax. Do some logi stuff every now and again.
I'm fac lead of our regiment. Like, I design facs and yeah.
I'm kind of like an op lead. Not really though. I just get people in tanks and point them in the right direction.
Just going in with my boys, really. Getting
Nice.
on with guys like Tobacco and like Spectrum, Psycho. We get on and just make stuff happen. Been enjoying the tanking a lot more. Rockets seem like going to be a fun thing in the future, but yeah.
I guess my specific role is if you need a guy, I'm there. But mainly I'm Inf, Audi, or Tanker.
I was appointed to be logistics leader within COG, taking care of logistics, because it was basically like no logistics, and we were reliant on asking for help all the time. So I decided I'd take up the mantle and try to get it revived. So I like to do logistics. I like to train people how to do logistics. Show them people how to run trains.
What's a recommendation you have for new players to the regiment into Foxhole?
New players in the Foxhole, the burnout is real. Take your time. Just kind of like buckle up, because it's not going to be like something that's going to be done. Like these wars aren't going to take like a week long. Like there are some like outlier circumstances where that's the case, but I think that was my biggest thing. Is like one of the things I think Foxhole does really well is something like that used to happen for like MMOs back in the day, like World of Warcraft and stuff, where it like you really have to rely on everybody, so it gives you kind of like a sense of community, like right off the bat, and then you get some boys, and then you don't want to let your boys down, so then you feel like you have to be on all the time, and you will burn out so quick. You know, you get on, you'll take like a hex or take an area, and then you go to sleep, you wake up the next morning like that's all that progress is gone, and you might be back some, and it's kind of like demoralizing, and so you just kind of keep pounding. But yeah, I would say like take a slower approach to the game. Don't expect it all to be done in like one go.
The best recommendation is getting to a good the best recommendation for the game is getting to a good regiment. One that understands that it's a game, that will need to work together, but you're spending your free time doing this. You know, it's not a job, and you can't have people talk to you like you're actually in the military.
Yeah, if you want to get good at tanking, learn how to drive a tank.
Ah, facts.
Most of these things in like any type of vehicle, anybody can shoot, but driving, that's what makes a difference.
New players to Foxhole, join a regiment, learn the game, and then switch a regiment if you want. For the regiment players, they need to be patient.
My recommendation is take it slow. Don't get burned out. Burnout is the worst enemy in the fucking game.
I think just play a lot, like take part in like regiments operations, like you enjoy the game and have fun, I guess.
And Schwinn, last question for you. It's an open-ended one. Feel free to fill it with whatever you'd like. Is there anything else you want to let folks know who are watching the video?
I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope our regiment lives up to the name of COG Does Nothing, and that none of my other regiment members, you know, are asshats, I would say. And if you see Devil 122, don't listen to him. He's someone you probably should kill on sight, because he will shoot you.
I think just try and find a good regiment that fits your time zone, and then have fun.
Don't play Order.
Yeah, if you have a life or you want to have free time, don't play Foxhole. But if you do want to play Foxhole and you want to actually use your waste of time and turn it into a good time, join COG.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a regiment that has some very cool, experienced players, guys that like to have a good time, absolutely come to COG. We'd love to have you. We'd love to teach you. And going to be some rebranding going on in COG here pretty soon. So, yeah, looking forward to the future.
If you hate your life and you want to be surrounded by a sausage fest, join COG.
This is crazy knowledge, but COG is a dick joke.
Oh shit! You gonna drop that hidden lore on the people?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's a hint. It's a hint now. It's a hint.
What are your thoughts on the COG politics recently? I've heard there's been a shakeup, a lot of burnout recently. What's going on with that?
Bro, you literally joined at the worst time. We're like, yeah, Grevlin's here. Yeah, he's gonna be part of the beta testers. And then boom, everyone just drops off the grid.
Oh
I come
no!
in in disarray. We thought the regiment was gonna die from him. We were like, bro.
Oh no!
Grevlin's making a video on us, and the regiment's literally gonna die.
Well, you know what? That would actually be a very funny one, because, you know, at the very end of the video, it'd just be like, by the way, you guys can't even join this regiment anymore because they just died before this could release. So, so as an Iraqi, you know, what are your thoughts about the term the Saddam bunker? Do you think that's offensive?
No, bro. I mean, they did find him in a bunker, to be honest.
They are being factual. Yeah, that is true. Would you ever find yourself in a Saddam bunker, or would you swear against it?
No, bro. I'll go like a G, to be honest. Kill me outside.
Yeah, he's on the road. He's straight on the road. Let's pick this fucker up. Yo, Warden, wait. We're doing interviews. We're doing interviews. We're not here to kill you. We're not here to kill you. We're doing interviews. Wait, we just want to interview you. No, don't go in the AI. Anyway, hey, bro, we're doing interviews for the COG regiment. We're interviewing them, so I figured I'd interview you too and throw it in, you know? Appreciate you doing it.
All right.
First off, how long have you been playing Foxhole for?
Probably 6 months or so.
Nice, man. And what got you into joining COG? How'd you find the regiment?
You know, the 4 guys, they were really convincing. I didn't really have much of a choice, but they really sold it.
What's been the most memorable experience you've had with the COG regiment so far?
Oh, definitely when we got slimed by the wardens. Oh, that was fun, but it was very memorable.
Did you learn anything new when you joined the regiment? And if you did, I guess can you talk a little bit about what they taught you?
Yeah. I don't know. COG's a pretty nice regiment. I'd say compared to other collie regiments, they're certainly above the rest.
What do you mainly focus on in the regiment? Like, is there a role you typically fill?
You mean, do you like logi or frontline fighting?
Oh, I think we got lag there.
Mostly focus on partisan stuff.
Oh, okay.
A lot of frontline stuff, QRF.
What's a recommendation you have for newer players to the regiment or newer players to Foxhole?
Run towards the front line with nothing in your hand and just get slimed. Quantity over quality,
I got one more question for you. It's an open-ended question, so feel free to fill it with whatever you'd like. Is there anything else you want to let folks know who are watching the video?
Join the Warden Empire for Callahan.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much for doing the interview. All right, Blackfirth, I've got a few questions here for you, but before we dive into your specific experience with COG, can you walk me through how COG came to be? What are the origins of the regiment?
Sure. COG was made after basically a mass exodus of officers and members from the CAL regiment, Cavalry Assault Legion. Basically because of like an inactive leader or an inactive server owner, we basically made the decision to just bring everyone and like all the furniture with us and just leave. And then like that was like in War 86, and since then we've been under the name COG, and that's kind of how it's been down.
And what does COG usually like to focus on? Is there something specific as a regiment you guys would consider as your like bread and butter, or do you guys just kind of expand, like do whatever you want?
From my own perspective, COG has like great officers that have their own specialty, right? So we have like guys who are great at building and frontline and stuff, but because of like our history, not everyone can be on at the same time. So if like, a guy who's great at building is active this war, then, we'll build that war. And if one of our frontline officers is active that war, we'll do that. So we have like in every category, I would say, guys who like specialize in that and like love to play that kind of play style. But I guess like what we're mostly known for is just building, and holding the front with like big bases and making sure we don't give 1 inch to the wardens.
When I was interviewing some of the other COGers yesterday, a lot of them mentioned this high command structure. I guess where do you fit in with that high command structure?
You can basically see it as like we have a basic chain of command of members to non-commissioned officers to officers and then high command, and then above that is me. I just make sure that everyone is kind of on the same page. I don't really play that much anymore for like the last 6 months, but I make sure that all the high command have make sure that they're active, make sure that they are communicating well. It's basically a glorified Discord admin, right? But making sure a regiment of 100, 200 active people in a war, making sure they're all on the same page. You just need admins to make sure that everyone works together.
And what would you say is the culture and overall community within COG? Like for new people that are joining the regiment, what could they expect to see?
The biggest thing I would say for like a new player that kind of wants to join us is that we are a group of people that just love being around each other. It's like there's an established friend group of people in a time zone that just likes playing together they've played together for years together, and they kind of lead like the rest of the regular members. It's not I'm saying that we're a bit of exclusivity, but more like you will always see the same guys in the voice channel every day, so that there's always a familiarity between each other. You know, it's not like you have to introduce yourself every time you join a Discord, and it's always random people.
How do you guys typically stay organized? I know you have a Discord. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Our structure now is set up that in our Discord, people that lead the regiment, they are the high command. They make sure that on the strategic level, everything is going forward with diplomacy with other regiments and HR and all that stuff. And then you have like officers and NCOs, and they are kind of your bread of butter, kind of how the name implies. They're always in VCs and making sure that there are operations, always things to do for people, you know. If there is, they will always put out pings for people to, you know, hey, I'm doing a train run, or I'm getting some people organized for tanks. I need people join up.
Can you talk about if your regiment is more NA or EU focused, and what time zones or days are most active for the regiment?
I mean, since inception, we've always been a split EU NA, so we've always had a bigger side in EU where more grand operations would happen during that time zone. We always had a more core group of members that, you know, they grind the game out. So EU would be more bigger stuff happening, but in NA, the real work gets done.
Next question is, if somebody's interested in joining the regiment, what would be the best way for them to join?
Yeah, definitely just join us up with the Discord link, discord.gg/the COG. Set up a ticket, and we always have members who just run you through the steps and get you in the nearest tank we can get you in. Join us up in Discord. It's easy, 2 steps, and you know, there's always someone doing something that you can help out with.
Awesome. Last question for you, Blackfire. It's an open-ended question, so feel free to say whatever you'd like, but is there anything else you want to let folks know who are watching the video?
I would say this game is a game all about endurance. It doesn't matter how much you do in 1 week, because the moment you log off, your position gets overrun. This regiment is all about making sure we have enough people working together, forming goals, and making sure that we, at the end of the day, win our lane. If that's what you're interested in, I would say join up with us, and we'll kill some blueberries.
Awesome. Thanks, Blackfire. Appreciate it, dude. All right, you guys, we are at the end of the video, but before that, I want to leave you all with my perspective on COG. I got a chance to join some of their operations during War 126 and meet the guys who were both leading and participating in the ops. The officers and leaders were extremely organized and had a good knowledge of Foxhole. They did a great job explaining how to use different pieces of equipment to the new players and kept people engaged and focused throughout the op. In terms of day-to-day banter, I'd see the core group of COGers hanging out in the Discord, and almost every day there'd be a quick last-minute operation for folks to join. It seemed like there was always something to do, and the guys did a great job with the Discord server, making it easy to be notified when something big was brewing or help was needed. I talked about it briefly and some of the other members mentioned it, but COG is currently going through a new high command structure, which is a normal process of getting fresh new blood into the upper ranks. I had a chance to meet a few of the guys who will likely be the new members of high command, and they seem like capable and cool guys to play Foxhole with. During the interview section, I got to see the more relaxed and goofy side of the regiment, which is the authentic version I want to show you all when it comes to these regiment reviews. A lot of regiments that are on the series have a tendency to try and show me their best side without showing me the real side of who they are as a group. The same can be said for COG at first. I remember when I first joined those handful of operations, it was very professional and very straightforward, not a lot of goofing off, but as time went on, I got to see the goofier side, the more real side, and the relaxed side of the regiment. And in the end, I got to see that they're just a bunch of dudes who like to dabble in a healthy bit of autism when playing Foxhole. So with that, my perspective on COG is this. If you're new to the game and you want to grow within a regiment who's filled with knowledgeable players, and you have a touch of TISM, then COG may be the regiment for you to call home. And that concludes this regiment review for the COG Regiment. I just want to give a huge shout out to the COGers for letting me do this video on them, and a special shout out to Bonk, who recently took a break from Foxhole to go serve in the military. I just wanted to say Tobacco told me personally that he misses you and that he's a little upset that you never send him pics when you're in uniform. But if you're a regiment officer or leader that's interested in seeing your Reggie in this series, you can join the waiting list from my Discord link down in the description. Just fill out the form in the Regiment Review Submissions channel, and I'll reach out to you when it's your regiment's turn for a review. Anyway, you guys, that's it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribe for more Foxhole related content. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.
And they grab on my thighs, blow up my guts like the 4th of July. If they keep fucking my butt, then I might just cry. Pooping semen spraying on my eyes. He lick my dick and the cum start spraying. Charging up my dick, I'ma go super saiyan. When it comes to fucking booty, I don't do much playing. I whispered in his ear like, hey, are you staying? He said, yeah, I'm not leaving. I guess he George Floyd, cause I always leave him not breathing. He chew on my dick like a baby that's